and I didn't have my microphone on. I was talking and talking and talking and talking. Let me know if you're here. Um, I so what I was talking, I turned on my microphone. Thank you. Technical director came to tell me. I'm like, I figured it out. I know. I heard him yelling from across the house, actually. So let me know if you're here. Um, Say hey. And so what I was saying, and you couldn't hear me, is I was restocking my Strathmore Bristol Smooth paper packet. I keep these right here on my desk. Last week we talked about swatching and organization and some of the new things I was doing to get organized. Hi, Laura. And so I showed you my little divider thing that I keep right on my desk, and it has card bases and some like strips of scratch paper, to use that I could do sentiments and stuff. So I keep Hammermill. This is not 80 pound. It's 100 pound. I need to put a new sticker on here. I know what it is, but I don't want you to be confused. So I keep card panels for Hammermill 100 pound cardstock. And then I always keep Strathmore Bristol Smooth, because these are the two basic papers that I use most often. I use Hammermill for almost everything. Hi, Diana. Did you get home from work today? Are you exhausted? So I use Hammermill for almost everything. Copic coloring, stamping, hot foiling on my glimmer. Hi, Wendy Jean. Hey. And then I use Strathmore Bristol Smooth for a lot of mixed media stuff. And you've probably heard me say it's a mixed media paper. It can take a lot of water, a lot of abuse, and color really moves well on it. So that is my go-to for a lot of watercoloring and mixed media. It's kind of like watercolor paper for dummies, I think. Watercolor paper is not always forgiving as I need it to be, and Strathmore Bristol Smooth is much better. So tonight is viewer's choice. I've been busy all day long. I had to go to a tennis meeting, just got home about a half an hour ago, and I'll be honest, I don't have anything prepared. So I need you guys to tell me what you would like to see. What do you want to see? What do you want to do? Ask me questions about techniques. Ask me questions about tools and products. What is there a technique you want to see? What do you want? Oh, Laura says cute basket cart. I finished this yesterday. I hope to have a video of it. I love, by the way, that you all are on YouTube watching me, because I really need to up my YouTube viewership. So if you don't follow me, I'm assuming you guys do. If you don't follow me, please like and subscribe and give me thumbs up and leave comments, because I need to kind of fix that algorithm, and I need to get my hours back up on YouTube, because for the longest time I didn't post any videos and they kind of demonetized me and moved me down. So please, 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 I love that you all are watching on YouTube. I appreciate that. Diana was on YouTube. Now I see her on Facebook. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Thank you. Isn't this so cute? I finished this yesterday. Hi, Sandy Scott. This is new Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club. And I have to tell you, so cute. I was a little late in getting it done. Actually, today's the deadline I need to have it done. So I got this done yesterday. Hopefully I'll get the video edited and posted. But how cute is that little bunny bun? So cute in the basket. And there's so many layers. Look at all the layers on this. Look at all the layers. I just love it. I used all my spray inks, and you guys have to see this. Can you see behind me? Look what I got finished this week. Now, I don't have the upper shelf organized yet, but remember last week we were talking about all my organizers? Let me show you. Look, are you ready? Ta-da! Doesn't it look so pretty? In rainbow order. It's all organized. I got a lot of them out of my drawers, so now I have more room in my drawers. I have all the acrylic organizers that are the same size. I have my oxide sprays. I have my distress stains in rainbow colors. And then I even had enough room that along the back, I put my Dina Wakley, I think they're spray paints. I haven't used them in a long time, but I love them. So I got to put my Dina Wakeleys along the back. And then my mica stain sprays are in this little one over here. And at the top, I even put my Diane Reevely sprays. I don't use those very often because they're very saturated pigment. Like they are bright and they are inky, but they're good. I just don't use them very often because you have to kind of be careful. I actually might. It's one of those things I really should probably get rid of them. Hi, Jane. Give them to someone like Smart Art who people will use them. But I'm always like, what if I need them? And I know I don't need them. So, but they're very saturated and they're beautiful colors. It's just that they're so saturated, it's just not quite my style. So, ta-da, love it. And then the shelf up above is where I put the little turny ones that have all my pins and things like that. So when I get that all nicely done, I'll show you. So it looks like my video like flipped on me. I don't know what's going on. So I hope it's like, I didn't flip it yet. So I don't know what's going on. What's it showing you guys? It's like nowhere near what I'm doing. That was like at the very beginning. So it looks weird to me. I don't know what you guys are seeing. That's so weird. Okay, I'm going to go back down and see if that changes it. It's like showing the very beginning of the video, it looks like to me, but I'm just going to go by what I see on another one. Okay, so anyway, I used my spray stains because I was so excited that they were all organized, and I created panels. Here comes Ricardo. I hear him. What's going on? Can you, when a minute ago, did it look like me showing the back and everything?
Yeah.
Because if it literally, the video that on the right side is showing the very beginning of my video. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. But now I see myself on the left side. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're going to go with it. So Ricardo's going to take a peek. See, look, it's from the very beginning of the video. I don't know what that is. So, okay. He's giving me a look of frustration.
You can't watch the same time you're playing.
I know, but I have to sometimes. He says I can't watch while I'm playing, but you know. So anyway, I created all these panels with my spray stains, and then I die cut all the pieces. This is the Spellbinders. I will put a link if anybody wants to go shopping. I didn't put links yet. I didn't think about sharing this. I'll post the link because, you know, every time you click my affiliate links, doesn't cost you any money. And the little compensation I get from the company, you know, I give it all to charity. So how cute is that little bunny? So stinking cute. Thank you, Melissa. How's everybody doing? So it's viewer's choice tonight. You tell me. I'm waiting for you guys to tell me. Nicole says she loves the saturated colors she has. I know they're just a little intimidating to me. So look, I just wanted you to know I did get all of my Lindy's Gang swatched that we talked about last week. So pretty. I decided that I definitely like my favorite are the pearlescent magicals. So very pretty. Look at that one. Dip a Toe Teal. And let's see what this one is. Some of them I wrote on the back, or not at all, I guess. Some of them I started to be industrious and make a label, and then other ones I just wrote because I'm lazy and that's just worked better. So look at all these. Aren't they cool? Look, you should see all the golds. The golds are amazing. Copper, rose gold. Look how pretty they are. So I've got to show you this one. Probably one of my favorites. Look at this one. Ooh. And this one I even wrote upside down. Spill the tea teal. So the Tea and Crumpets line has the pearlescence. How pretty is that color with the blue and the green, the like teal peacocky color? Oh my gosh, I love it. So I just wanted you to know, I got all my swatching done for all my Lindy's. So I was really excited, and I got them organized. Look, now, because I had room in my drawer, I can now put my Picket Fence Studios paper pouncers in here. And look at my Lindy's. I got all them organized. This is the Painter's Palette line. And then this is the Tea and Crumpets line over here. So I was so proud of myself. And I put them in those stacking trays, like I told you. See? And they fit in the drawer perfectly. You can get two next to each other. And then my paper pouncers fit right in there. Hi, Sue. How's your husband? I think he was in surgery today, right? Okay. What's everybody want to see? I'm taking viewer's choice. Come on, I'm waiting. What do you want to see? Hi, Stacy. I'm taking viewer's choice because I didn't have time to plan anything. So start throwing out some ideas. Picket Fence Studios had a release this week. I believe Crafty Meraki had a release today or a couple days ago. I got a few things from Bindu from the Crafty Meraki release. I have a whole bunch of Picket Fence Studios. I wish I had my card over here that I created. Richard knows Juniper Mist is my favorite. Let me get my Picket Fence Studios card. It had some hot foiling because Picket Fence Studios has their own foiling sheets for backgrounds and things now. And we had a YouTube or an Instagram hop, and this was the card I created. I wanted to get funky. Those are my magicals from Lindy's game. I wanted that look of honey, and like all the little bees were trouncing through the honey and carrying it everywhere and kind of runny and sticky. How cute is that? And then I did some funky tearing. These are both foiling backgrounds, and I tore them to kind of give it that funky look. So I like that card. It's not for everybody, but hi, Elizabeth Bomber. What's everybody think? Nicole wants to play with the magicals. I did that a little bit last week, Nicole, because I did the swatching and we talked about it. And we're going to be doing a lot with them at the retreat this summer. I think I told everybody, Lindy's is sponsoring. Hi, Sky. And I think people are going to be getting several of the colors. So I'm really excited. We're going to be using them in more than one workshop. Nicole says, play with the sprays. Anything you want to show? Nicole's saying sprays. What's anybody else want? Stencils, 3D embossing folders. What do you think? The new Picket Fence Studio stuff. What do you think? What do you think? I have oxide sprays and the spray stains. They're really, they are, Nicole says stencils. We could use some sprays. All I have from New Spellbinders is this one, but I have a video coming out for that, Elizabeth. This is with the large die of the month, and I'll be editing and posting a video for that. So I don't really want to do it in tonight's live. Yes, I know. I'm so excited to share the magicals with you guys too. Like I said, we're going to be using them in more than one. How about I get some stencils and we'll talk about, now, let's do this. Do you want stencils on gel plate with paints, or do you want sprays with stencils? What do you guys want to see? Because there's different ways to do that. Too bad we don't have time. I'm getting some stencils. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta figure out where they all are. Sometimes I forget. Hold on. I'm pulling stuff right now. Give me just a second. It's one of those things that's like, when I wasn't prepared, it's going to take me a second to pull some. I know that I also have, one of my favorite things to also do is create a stencil using die cuts. So let's see. And then I love all of my TCW stencils. Okay. Laura, hi Laura, how are you? Anything you want to see? Like, I'm going to show you anything. Laura should be teaching all of us. She is fantastic. And you guys know she's one of the teachers at the craft retreat this summer. So I'm so excited to finally get her there. Okay, so we have this new one from Picket Fence Studios, IB Home. How cute is that one? Much smaller openings. This one would be really cute, layered. Have you guys ever layered more than one stencil together? It's really cool. Oh, stop. You are so funny. How did your Pink Fresh Studio interview go with Jeff Lindbergh? Did you guys craft together? Okay. So one of my favorite things to do is to die cut. These are new dies from Picket Fence Studios. And I always, when I get new dies, I always like to just run them through a regular piece of paper just to see, not copy paper, cardstock, just to see what they look like once they're cut out and kind of give me ideas for what I'd like to do. This would be a really cool kind of stencil to use. So I love to cut die cuts and then use these as a stencil too. That's a really good way to make your background cover plates go further. So I've got those. I've got this new one from, oh, I didn't see it. Stacy says she saw it and she loved it, Laura. And then I've got, of course, a million. Let's see. I'm looking for a stencil and we'll do, let's do some layering. Of course, I love pastes. We just don't have time right now. We'll have to do another demo day where we just do stencils, and I plan ahead for it so that we can use pastes and things like that. I love to use pastes with embossing powders or paper or embossing glazes from Tim Holtz. But like, look at this big one. This is a 12 by 12. And look at this one from TCW. These are so cool. Isn't that cool with the koi? I love koi. What I'm looking for is a 6x6 that has some bigger openings. Look at these that are butterfly and flower shapes. That we can do. I can show like double stenciling on. So let me see what I've got here. These are Dina Wakley ones. And then there's some more here from TCW. Oh, look at that one. How pretty would that be on stenciling on furniture? Oh, they show it. That's from, oh, that's designed from Prima. That's why I got that for the sides of drawers when I chalk paint furniture. Okay, let's see what I can find. Less talking, more searching for what I want to do. Let's do this. Look at these cool big numbers. I bet this is from TCW. Let's do this. I want you to see how cool this would be. I'm going to put those there. And I'm going to get a bigger sheet. No, we'll use these small ones. These are big numbers. You know, I think Tim Holtz has some cool numbers that are smaller, and but I want to show you. So let's do this. Let's do like 1, 2, 3 just for fun, kind of going off this page, kind of funky. So let me get my paper palette, paper inking palette from Picket Fence Studios. You guys know I'm in love with this now. I use it all the time, and it's dirty. That's okay. I don't keep all the covers on it like I should. Okay, but it's going to hold my paper. And look, it's even got some, I think that might be some pigment ink, but that's okay. We're doing something funky, so it's okay. Okay, so let's kind of do this. So it's kind of going off the page, and let's just do something funky here. Okay. So I've got part of 6 and 7, 1, 2. Let's do some spray inks and see how it goes. I will tell you, sometimes spray inks go underneath your stencil. So you have to get what you get and not throw a fit, like Tim Holtz says. If I sprayed some pixie spray on the back of this, that would obviously help that. But let's do a little bit. What colors should we use? Let's do some blues and greens and maybe, let's see. Now, my pants when I get up might have some paint on them, so don't laugh at me. Let's do a salvaged patina. And what do I want here? Salvage patina. Let's do some cracked pistachio, and we need a darker blue. Maybe prize ribbon, or I love mermaid lagoon. No, let's do prize ribbon so we get some of that, and then maybe another green. Lucky clover. Let's do twisted citron and see how it goes. I don't know if I'm going to like that. Let's throw in some crazy one like a little bit of yellow. Okay. So, I know I love blues and greens too, especially if we're going a little bit masculine. So let's just do a little bit. Let's do some squeezed lemonade. Just one little squirt. Let's go for down so you can see. Let's do some salvage patina. Cracked pistachio. And let's do some prize ribbon. And prize ribbon is very saturated, so you got to know what's going to happen there. Okay. All right. So we're going to let that. Now, I could just do that. I could spray a little bit more. Let's go back in with the squeezed lemon. I could add some water. You can do all kinds of different things. Let's add a little bit more so we know it's all covered. And get some different colors. But we don't have a lot in there, right? We have a little bit of this 7. Okay. And then I could take a lint-free towel or paper towels. I try not to use so many paper towels anymore. First of all, they're expensive. And secondly, I don't want to kill any extra trees. I could have taken a piece of paper. Darn it. I should have done that. And layered over it to soak up what's on top. And not wasted that ink. And I wasn't thinking because it's been a while since I've done something like this. Look how pretty. Isn't that pretty? So I'm just going to dab, dab, dab. I don't need to dry it all together. And then let's take a stencil like this new one and do a little bit of inking through it. We could either do some pixie spray and do it, or we could, to hold it down, or we can just ink blend over it and see if my paper palette will hold it. There's not enough really on there right now to stick. Let's wipe that off and see if it'll stick. I love to double stencils to give things. Tiffany, yay for mixed media. Tiffany's our mixed media queen. She makes the most beautiful cards. So let's ink blend over it. Let me get some of my Distress inks. Now, oxides, you know, have a different kind. They're like a different formulation. They're creamier. They're buttery. They have that little bit of chalky look when they dry. Oh my gosh, that's funny, Nicole, because I never would guess that my voice was calming. So that is so funny. And then the Distress inks are more saturated, pure color. So, you know, it just depends on what look you want to get. Let's see. Let's get a little bit darker. We could do some blues again. I need to get my inks organized. So they're not organized right now. So I just need to kind of find. Let's do peacock feathers. I want to go a shade darker on these. And maybe blueprint sketch. I love that blue. It's a real pretty bright blue. And then maybe a green in, what should we do? Let me think. Maybe Lucky Clover. I don't know that I'm going to like that. But let's see. Let me think. Hold on. Twisted Citron. Let's try that one. Now remember to clean your brushes. I don't have a completely separate set of brushes. Now that I'm using my oxides more, I think I'm going to. I need to clean them off a lot after I use them, before I use them in regular dye inks. It's okay going dye ink to oxides, but don't go back. Once I use my brushes, I need to clean them very well before I use them on a dye ink pad. Oh, Laura says she's watching on both so she can see everybody. Okay, so just go in and we're just going to kind of go here and there and see what we get. That is peacock feathers. You can tell how long it's been because it wasn't as dark as I remembered it, but that's okay. This is Blueprint Sketch. Oops, I moved. That's not good. This is why you should tape it down so we don't get the 3D effect, but it was a small area, so we're okay. I'm just kind of going here and there. And now let's go with some Twisted Citron and see what happens, if we like it. I have enough brushes to probably don't even need to buy any new ones. And I do like that the oxides are a little bit more opaque and you can layer them over colors. I love the texture of this though. And we could have done sprays, but you know, sometimes, like I said, they leak out under everything. Are you ready? This is going to be so cool. I love to create texture by using two stencils together. I think it's a really cool effect. You ready? Laura was praying. Ooh, now see some of my color because it wasn't, I didn't use pixie spray. You know, it didn't hold it down. When you're using sprays, you get what you get, right? It kind of leaks under. But how cool is that texture on those numbers? So now we could go over even with the third one and maybe just, or we could have done it first and put some texture on the back, or do some texture paste or some more spray stains, like all different things you can do on that one. But I love to use two stencils and get texture on that. You know, we could have used another one and done something different. Now, something cool that I saw the other day, this was really cool. Someone demoing at the Crafters Workshop booth in Germany layered two stencils over each other. And then you guys know I love to Zentangle. And she tangled in some of the open spots. And it was really, really neat. I know, isn't that new stencil from Picket Fence Studios cool? I really like it. So many options with this one. You can ink it, you can use a paste through it. She has a new black one. You know, so much of the new release was butterflies and bees and bugs. And there's a new stencil glaze that's this beautiful. Let me see if I can find it. Not that one. I'm not sure. It's not here in my little tub, so I don't know where to put it. Probably because I was going to use it. It's like black and it has all these pretty sparkles in it. It might be here in my... Here it is. Look. It's called Black Eyeliner. And look, can you see it? Look at the pretty sparkles in it. How pretty would that be through that stencil on a background? Maybe yellow with the black eyeliner. That's the Paper Glaze Luxe, and you know it has lots of sparkle in it when it dries. So that's really cool. Oh, Tiffany says layer it up. That's a good idea. So that's really pretty. That would be so pretty through a stencil for sure. Look. It doesn't look so pretty right there, but when it dries, when you get it out, it would be so good. So there's that. What else do you guys want to see with stencils? You know, making a panel is easy to, like when I just made these, this is just a matter of spraying it and smushing, right? So easy. And this was on Strathmore Bristol Smooth. Then cut it out. And I'm really kind of loving, this is kind of a new phase for me. I'm loving creating, and then I add a little bit of ink blending, and boom, you've got and then splatter with my Dr. P.H. Martin's. Kind of moving into this phase that I'm really loving, this kind of organic look of the sprays and, you know, the paper, the splatters and everything like that. So what else do you guys want to see? Anything else new? What do you think? Anything? What's everybody, give me some more ideas. What would you like to see? I apologize. Like I said, I've been running around, and Gabe had we had a parent tennis meeting, and it's just been crazy. Absolutely crazy. So you tell me. I'll just keep inking and give me some ideas. Look, we can just ink blend over it. I have to tell you who this stencil's from, don't I? I really like the idea of the big ones, because you know why I originally got them. Jamie from the Crafters Workshop was nice enough to send me several last year, and I got to pick what I wanted. And I actually asked for a lot of these 12 by 12 because I think that's so cool to layer up the big ones with the smaller ones, because she'll offer a 12 by 12 and then you can get a 6 by 6 at the same time. And so I think that's a really good option for you in your art, especially if I really want to create some of my own art for our home. And I have these big, like 24, I don't know, it might be 18 by 24 or 30 panels. And so I want to create some of my own art, and I just haven't gotten there yet, but it's on my radar. So just keep layering up and creating different textures. Look how cool that is. How cool would this be for a background? I love it. Let's do a 4 right in through here. And even the 3. That would be good. And even the 8 again down here. And we can use more than one ink color. And as you layer over other ones, remember that the oxides stay wet longer, so it is very forgiving and allowing you to blend colors together and over top of each other, because the Distress Oxides, they will layer if they dry, and then you do another layer over it. It's really cool how it works. So I could get out other colors, but it's more pleasing to the eye if you stick with maybe 3 colors. And these are all analogous on the color wheel because we have the green, the turquoise, and the blue. So they're right next to each other there on the color wheel. And that's why it's very easy. You're in a safe place when you pick colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. You know you're not going to go wrong. You know it's going to be pleasing to the eye, and you basically can't flub it up. It's kind of picking colors for dummies, right? Color wheel 101, we should say, would be a nicer way to say that. Okay. And then if we wanted to go over these, we could create some texture, but I like the difference. I like some with texture and some without. Isn't that kind of cool? That's kind of a cool background, right? This is kind of cool with the 4 right there. So they don't all need texture. If I did it again, I probably wouldn't put these 2 8s together. I would have done a different number. But we could even go over it with changing some of this color, as long as we get it just right. What else would anybody like to see? This was fun. Kind of, I like viewer's choice. What I need to do is let you know ahead of time so you can have some ideas, and then we're not just like winging it, right? You can be prepared with some things, you know. What have you seen that, yes, I love that. That is, I like that too, Tiffany. Tiffany says, pull out the gel plate. I haven't done gel plate in a long time. I'm rusty on that one too. That'd be like me pulling out the alcohol inks right now. I'm way rusty, but I'm pulling them out this weekend. I have a project planned. I'm so excited. It's for the craft retreat this summer. Reminds her of Subway art. Ooh, I love that. I think graffiti is fantastic. I love to see graffiti. Not that I like anybody, you know, painting on the sides of buildings and stuff, but I think graffiti art is pretty cool when it's where it should be appropriately. So I love that. That was a great idea, and that was fun, you guys. Seriously fun. But I like the texture on here too. I think that's fun interspersed with it. So it gives you an example. You don't have to do it on everything, right? You could just be kind of pick and choose where it goes. I think that is good. Basket video be on YouTube. Yes, it will, Laura. As soon as I get it, I'm getting faster at editing. And so hopefully in a couple of weeks, and I'll let you know. But it will be on YouTube. I need to do a better job of, my goal is to try and get videos posted more often, you know, every week or something. So, yes, that would be cool, Wendy Jean. I do like that. So what else? Something else somebody wants to see? I don't even know where my gel plates are. They're probably put away in a cabinet. They're probably down to the, oh wait, look, I have some. They're all right here. How awesome is that? Right here, right here. They're actually in their little storage container and everything. I have not used these in ages. Now, do not get your gel plate confused with your paper inking palette. 2 different things. So I don't want to mess them up. So we've got, I have like a 6x6. This one is a brand new one. I think Catherine Pooler sent me this one from the shop. And this one is 5x7. But I always like the big one just because it gives us lots of room. And, you know, you can use spray stains. You can use paints. You can even use alcohol ink on gel plates. You can do so many different things. This is the gel press plate. And I am definitely one that does not keep my gel plate clean. That's part of kind of the cool artsiness of them. It is perfectly okay not to clean your gel plate. If I wanted to, I could get all that off. I could clean it off. It does not stress me out to have it that way. To me, that shows that I've used it and it's art. So you can even ink it up with a brayer and use like your you can use any kind of ink. Some inks you'll get frustrated at because they have a lot more water content. I think the oxides would probably work lovely because they don't have as much water content, and use a brayer and create some really cool backgrounds. So we could, let's just use the colors we've got. Let me get a brayer. This is not planned. So once again, we get what we get, right? And let's do some Twisted Citron. That is not Twisted Citron. I had the wrong lid on it. That is Peacock Feathers. This one will be Twisted Citron. I don't want to cross-contaminate my pads. So I have a line that we'll work on. And look how nicely the oxide ink is just going right on because it's got that buttery kind of oxide. So now I can mix it a little bit by using my brayer. Okay. And then we can take our stencil again. Let's get a smaller, no, we'll use these again. Let's get this on here. And now I'm just going to use what I've got right here. Bristol Strathmore Smooth Paper is what I like to use on my gel plate. Oh, Carol, gel plate. Thanks for joining us, Carol. I love working with a gel plate. I'm actually really excited that you guys asked about this because I haven't used one for so long, and you can make such cool things with it. They're so fun. They're so fun. So I like to use a piece of copy paper to be able to smush it down and get a nice pull. Okay, and we can layer and layer and layer. So let's see how this goes. Look at how pretty that is. Backwards, because I needed to flip my numbers the other way, but who cares, right? That's really cool. So soft, so pretty. Now I could, let's see, let's pull this up. Like I said, I haven't used it for so long. I kind of need some ideas here. Let me put this way. And this, I wish I had my samples that I made a couple years ago for a class that I did for Catherine Pooler for Stamp Nation. So pretty. It was really a lot of fun. Now let's do another stencil. Let's get a smaller one. Let's see. And, you know, it can be anything. Don't be too picky. I love the musical notes. I think they're cool. Let's see what we get if we put this over it now. I don't know. Let's do some inking. And I'm just using ink. I am not using paint right now for this one. So I'm inking up my brayer and going over it, over the stencil. Let's just see what we get. A lot of times I will tell you, with the gel plate, you just have to play until you figure out what you want to get. There's so many different things. I think my favorite thing is to use paints on it. I did do it. You know, that's funny, Elizabeth. I didn't use Sebastian. Sebastian, I did alcohol ink, and that video is on here. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch. But I did one of my favorite cards. We did the background, I think, with it. So it was so pretty, but it was a Lavinia card. And I love that card. That was one of my favorites. And we did the background with it. And I think that video's on there too. Do you know my Lavinia background? My Lavinia cards are some of the most watched videos on my YouTube channel. and it's insane. One of them has almost 20,000 views. It's crazy. You know what? Maybe next week we'll do Lavinia again. So now let's pick this up and see what we got. Okay, so there. It's a very soft look. Normally I like to use, normally like to use my Dina Wakley paints. I also have Tim Holtz paints, and I actually want to get those out and use them more. I like, ink's okay, but the paint is really cool. And I need to get new Dina Wakley paints because my other ones are so old, they're probably drying out. But I do want to use them more often. Definitely want to use them more often. And I love the paints on, I know, Tiffany, I haven't used them in ages. And I reposted, I shared a memory of a Valentine's Day card I created for Rich a few years ago. And it was so cool because it had all the paint texture on the letters. And it was just a really cool masculine kind of grungy background that I loved. And I still have the old Tim Holtz that they have the dauber, and I love the texture that the dauber tops give on doing different kinds of backgrounds and things like that. Okay, so there's a quick brayer and gel plate. I have to check out some of the other videos. Thank you, Carol. You guys, please watch them, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Like I said, I need to get the algorithm going and get my YouTube channel kind of back up to speed. I kind of let it go by the wayside. Yes, Wendy Jean tags are fantastic on really cool gel plates. I think we need to do another video with gel plates because I think there's a trick for card makers in doing and using a gel plate and having it be successful. Sometimes you create this really cool background, but then you don't know how to use it for a card. And if there's too much going on in the background, then your card isn't successful because your eye doesn't know where to look for the focal point. See, yes, Tiffany, that's what I was just saying. Yes, I think it's where it gets tricky. A lot of people love to play with a gel plate, but then they don't know what to do with it. Or they create all these backgrounds and they don't know what to do with them. And it can be tricky because it really can be stressful on your eye, like where to look. And I'll have to pull out some of my other cards that I had created, like for that Catherine Fuller class. Thank you, Laura, for subscribing. Gel plates are so fun. Should we do that next week? Let's do that next week. I'm going to wrap this up because we're kind of like just messing around and going nowhere. But next week, let's do it. We'll plan on doing gel plates. And what do we do with all those cool backgrounds? How can we create a card and what can we do with it? There's so many things. If you journal, there's even more possibilities because you can tear them, you can die cut things out of it and use it in a journal. I'm not really a journal person, but very funky mixed media kinds of things. But let's do that. Let's create some backgrounds and then let's talk about how we create cards with those gel plate backgrounds. So next week, if you want to craft along, have your gel plate out, have a brayer, have some different paint colors that you like. I'll be using paints and then maybe even some dyes or some things that you want to use for cards. Laura's cleaning and hanging out with us. So see, I think, Tiffany, it's really a challenge. And so I'll give some of my tips and tricks that I kind of came up with a couple years ago because I am a huge fan of gel plate. I think it's so fun when we normally are used to making, let's do this. When we're so used to wanting to create like the perfect card and we get into kind of our own style rut. And I think the gel plate and doing mixed media is fun because it takes the stress off and you just get to play and you have to go in with no expectations. And like I said, like what Tim Holtz says, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. But then how do we take that was just kind of relaxing and take what we created and then use it for a card, and without it being like too messy and crazy. So let's do that next week. Get your gel plates out, get a brayer, get some of your favorite paint colors, get some dyes. I love to use dyes with my gel plate backgrounds. That's my comfort zone and how I know how to use them. So do that. And let's see, Carol, when you say paint, what kind? I like the Tim Holtz paints, and I like the Dina Wakley paints. Those are my favorite. Something else you can use are like the Tim Holtz Distress crayons, Dina Wakley crayons. You can also even add those over the paints when you use them. That's a good question, Tiffany. Carol, are you coming to the craft retreat this summer? We would love to have you. I'm not sure if I remember whether Carol's registered or not, but we would love to have you. Anybody that's watching, check us out, NashvilleCraftRetreat.com. I still have 10 seats left, so we can fit 10 more friends in, and then it'll be perfect. We'll be full, and we'll be ready to go. I also have Crop Space this year. Crop Space is kind of a separate event. You just bring all your own stuff, and you craft for like 4 days, and get to do whatever you want. And so, Carol, we have other people coming from Washington, so we would love to have you. We love to have you. So that's what's going on. Thanks everybody for watching. Next week, I think it's a good plan. We'll do gel plate. Carol, come on, sister. Come join us. We would love it. Thanks, Tiffany, for inviting Carol. Okay, everybody, I will see you next week. Sorry I didn't have a plan. It was a crazy day. But look what it led us. Next week, we'll do some really fun gel plate stuff. So I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.